Welcome to QUARANLEAN, the show where we bring a little lean ensemble into your homes while we all wait for the moment when we can once again do it in the theater. I'm Blake White. This is episode 2 of the online talk show, and I still have no idea how it works. This week on QUARANLEAN, we're going to take you back in time. We're going to go all the way back to a moment in history when a gallon of gas cost $2.40. A time when Netflix was just an activity that you saved for Sunday nights. And a time when a young, cherub-faced Blake White had a get-rich pipe dream to start a brand new non-profit regional theater company. I'm talking about the year 2015. I think we actually have a picture of me back in 2015. Can we see that? Oh God, that's embarrassing. 2015 was the beginning of your Lean Ensemble Theater and the year of our very first production. Yasmina Reza's Tony Award-winning comedy, God of Carnage. We all knew that God of Carnage was the perfect play to start Lean Ensemble off for 2 very important reasons. Reason number 1, it is a brutally funny, character-driven comedy that we hoped would set the tone for what we all knew Lean Ensemble Theater could become. And reason number 2, we had a cast that any theater company in the country would envy. Since 2015, this amazing band of artists have collectively participated in Lean's productions of The Christians, The Humans, If You Forget Me, A Doll's House Part 2, The Clean House, Constellations, Tea at 5, Good People, The Importance of Being Earnest, Who Am I This Time, Bad Dates, Buyer and Seller, Vanya, Sonia, Masha, and Spike, The Waverly Gallery, and The Glass Menagerie. These incredible artists built the strong foundation that Lean Ensemble Theater stands on today. So, here we are. I am wearing a jacket that I got tailored for an opening night that didn't happen. So, let's get this motor running because we're getting the band back together. Let's QUARANLEAN. It's the cast of God of Carnage! Nick Newell, Jeffrey Scott Watkins, Peggy Trecker White, Jenny Smarsley. Hi, everybody! I'm so happy to talk to all of you. This is the best. Peggy, when did you dye your hair?
What do you mean?
It's been a minute. How's everybody doing?
Good.
So, Jenny, save that outfit for the end of quarantine, would you?
For all the people that ask me when I'm bringing the red back, this is for you.
Awesome. It's for all of us. So can you guys believe that it has been 5 years since we did God of Carnage? Here's a mind blower for you. It's like literally 5 years to the day. We ran May 17th through the 20th of 2015. So it's been 5 years, almost exactly.
Wow.
Damn.
And look at us now.
Here we are.
Jenny, you have one of the moments that people talk about even all these many, many weeks and months later in Lean history. You threw up on stage.
I did.
And you threw up hard.
Yes, indeed. I do believe, I think it came as a shock to all of us because I think the first night that I threw up, as we were talking about, it came out hard and fast. The mixture of
That's what she said.
Diet Coke and applesauce. And I don't even think we knew how much to use either. So I think it was like a lot of pressure and a lot of puke. And I remember feeling like the rest of that show was watching Peggy clean up puke. She was on her knees and wiping, and then she'd be like, and wipe up a book. And then, it was just everywhere.
So, Jeffrey,
Yes, sir.
You've been on Broadway,
For a minute.
and when we started rehearsals next door to the Fiesta Fresh in the abandoned storefront, did you think, I've made it?
I really did feel like I arrived because, as you know, I have an affinity for Fiesta Fresh. So having that right there to come, off of my 9 to 5 and be able to hit Fiesta Fresh right before rehearsals was a real bonus, to me at least, not to the customers, having a bean burrito right before rehearsal, which
And everybody appreciated that.
of course. No, it was just super fun to be in kind of a different thing from my musical theater days, and to be in a small ensemble and really get to work through the material and spend some time with it, and really dig down to who the people were and how they acted and what their interactions were and all that stuff. It was a great pleasure. It's something that was kind of new. Well, everything with Lean Ensemble was new to me, and
It was new to all of us.
I'll say. But now look how it's grown in these 5 years. It's amazing, and I'm so proud of you, Blake, for what you've done.
So Peggy and Jeffrey, you guys have played married couples a time or two before, or not married couples, but couples. But this time, the couples, as I remember them, were Jenny and Jeffrey,
Yeah.
We were woof woofs.
Nick and Peggy.
Mm-hmm.
And all 5 of us had history prior to this particular production. Jeffrey and Jenny, you guys have done shows at the Art Center of Coastal Carolina together. Nick
Right.
and Peggy, you guys went to graduate school together. Nick, you and I went to undergraduate together, and Nick was in our wedding. So the lesson here is, I don't make new friends.
Peggy and I, we went to grad school at the American Repertory Theater in Boston, and it was one of a few repertory companies still working in the United States, and they would talk a lot about the ideals of the repertory theater. And then we graduated into a world that had practically none of them. So it's really quite a thrill and a joy to be involved not only with friends and people that we've worked with before, but to be in an ensemble in South Carolina. It's a really rare thing to have an ensemble company.
How is being a dad, and how do you juggle being a dad and being a teacher and being a theater person and being a theater teacher?
That's a great question.
Is it alcohol? Is that what you're saying?
I was trying to show Peggy, this is my Frankeltini.
We're going to get to that.
I'm telling Peggy, talk, Nick.
It's been wonderful. Being a father is one of the best things that you could possibly do. It is a challenge, not so much with the teaching. Luckily, as a professor, Katie and I both teach at Georgia Southern, and we've been able to sort of stagger our schedules. So like I have them in the mornings and she has them in the afternoons. But as far as rehearsing every evening, that is not very conducive to being a parent. So that is something that we've definitely had to navigate, because it's been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. But with a little person, that definitely is a lot more challenging.
Jenny, you have 4 children. Did you take time off?
I took a lot of time off. I was in a theater program in college and quickly knew there was no way I was going to be a starting actor. So freshman year, I went into education and became a teacher. And it was 20 years before I auditioned again. And I was a teacher and a mom, and I was a local theater up in Maryland where I lived was doing Steel Magnolias. And I said to my adorable husband, I just think that would be fun to audition for. I'm not going to get it. I haven't done anything in a while, but let me just audition for that. And he was like, go do it. And I got Malin, and I was like, oh. And then I was like, my youngest was 4 at the time.
Holy shit.
I was like, well, I can't take it. And he was like, what? If you know my husband, he's lovely, but when push comes to shove, he's like, just do it and we'll figure it out.
Aww.
And we did. And after that, I was like, that's amazing. I forgot about that. And he was like, yeah, you're pretty good. You should keep doing that. So anyways, that's the long, short story of that. So, and then we moved here maybe 2 years later, and I started getting involved in the theater scene, and here I am today, an ensemble member.
A founding ensemble member.
I'm so proud. So proud.
Does anybody know where Jeffrey went?
Thought it would be really, really fun to create a QUARANLEAN Lean-Teeny contest.
I think that says Leanity.
It certainly does.
Write a new card, Teach.
My idea is to everybody who wants to participate, you should email your cocktail recipe for the Lean-Teeny. And then throughout the summer, as Blake does these talk shows, Jenny and I will make the cocktails and we'll do a tasting, just like Hoda and Kathy. And we'll talk about what we like and etc. And then at the end of our talk show, we will choose a winner. And then the grand prize will be actually a martini glass with the Lean Ensemble logo etched onto it. A pair of martini glasses. We could create a cocktail based on the theme of a show, based on the logo. Maybe something one of your favorite characters might drink within one of the plays that we did. Get creative with our past seasons, and please submit, because Jenny and I want to drink. If you would like to enter our Lean-Teeny contest, you should email your cocktail recipe to my email address, which is peggy@leanensemble.org.
I love you all very, very much. And it is good to see all of you. Peggy, I hope quarantine is going great for you. I can't wait till it's over, till we can hang out.
I know. I've missed you so much.
Have you?
I just spilled my drink.
Thank you. Well, that's it for episode 2 of QUARANLEAN. I want to thank our guests, Nick Newell, Jeffrey Scott Watkins, Peggy Trucker White, and Jenny Smarsley. I also want to thank our production sponsor for this episode, Classic Consignments on the south end of Hilton Head Island, for all your furniture needs. Don't forget to shop local, everybody. And as always, a big thank you to our producer, Erica Kramer, over at Sleeves Up Productions. To all you audience members out there, please don't forget to use social media, tweet us, Facebook us, Instagram us, all those things, email us, call us. We want to hear from you. My sincerest apologies to Danny Newell for running out of time during this episode. We promise to find a moment to talk to you as soon as possible. So, until we see you again in 2 weeks, stay safe, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay sane.